YouTube, welcome back. There hasn't been any content uploaded as of late, but if you check my league activity, you can see that I have been active, and not just active, spamming games. So it begs the question, how are you spamming games but not uploading any content? That doesn't make any sense. Explain. I've been on the pursuit of Master Tier once again. I know I'm embarrassed to say it, yes. But if you notice, I have 0 LP in D3, about to suffer a demotion into D4. That's nowhere near Master Tier. Ah, interesting. But that doesn't explain why are you losing games. You're not getting any closer to Master Tier. You're going the other direction. We require an explanation. You know the solo queue experience. You run into griefers, inters, players with poor performance on your team, bad matchups, all of the above and more. Eventually, if you play a large number of games under those circumstances, you will suffer something called tilt, and then you start playing poorly and affecting your games and going on even longer loss streaks. However, I have played this game for far too long to continue to complain and whine about the situation at hand. I wanted solutions. What did I do last season to counter that? Because they didn't go anywhere. The griefers, inters, players with poor performance, they still were there. I had to deal with them. They didn't move, disappear. They were right there. However, I did something to counter the bullshit that I had to go through. What was it? It goes back to that mentality that I've been talking about. You need to play correctly first of all, then you have to continue to go next no matter the circumstance, even if you do run into them 3 games in a row. And last but not least, which is the important part, continue to do that over a large number of games. That's what I did last season, and I managed to finally get them out of my team onto the enemy team, because they can't be on your team every single game. Eventually, they will be on the other team. As long as you're playing correctly, you will eventually skew that win rate and it causes you to climb and eventually hit Master Tier. These are things that I specifically have to do to get into Master Tier. The average Darius main that gets into Master Tier, average, not monsters. There's a difference between someone you don't know and Roku. He'll rip your throat out. They don't need to put in that time investment or do extreme gameplay to do the same thing as me, because they can actually just play 150 games, maybe mediocre gameplay, and they don't have to run into griefers that often. They have a much better league experience. I admire it, man. I wish I could be them, but I'm not them, and I won't ever be them. And the griefers, inters, and all of the above will not go anywhere. They won't disappear. This is my only option to go there. So I analyzed this and I was like, okay. The thing is, I've done this before, so yes, I can do it again. But the problem is that it doesn't make any logical sense to do such a thing, because I got a flashback of me playing the games necessary to get there. It was about 350 games split 2 last season, start of the season. That was the most the Darius player that played the most amount of Darius games at one point. And let's just say up until you get to Master Tier, it was a vapious existence. Every day, come home, just play the game nonstop, talk to nobody. When I say empty, dark, and everything, I mean all of the above. It was not a good experience. And the thing is, I'd have to go through that a second time to do that. Sure, I can withstand everything because I obviously went through it. But the thing is, it doesn't make any logical sense. Not just because it's a bad experience, but it's also bad for content because I'm spending all this time not making content. And I wish I could say that was the only reason, but that's not the only reason. The second reason why I don't think it's a good idea to go through all of that again is because I'm double backing on something that I've literally spoke about. If I pull this video from a few months back, because I'm no longer playing for Elo no more. If that doesn't tell you I'm completely double backing on everything I said, what else is going to? So I came to the conclusion that, hold on, this doesn't make any sense. So I made some decisions, business related decisions, and I'm like, doing that vapious grind to master tier is not it. That is just not the way. You need to go back into making content because that's actually the most important thing to do. Yeah, you could say I'm going corporate. I guess so, sure. But um sorry, but even though master is really nice to get, it's just when it doesn't make any logical sense, and especially if it hurts the content, that's when you know that it's not the right choice and it's not the right thing. So unfortunately, like if I was a different player, fine, with different teams, fine, but I'm not. And this is the only direction, that the only way you can do it. I can do it. So sorry, but I have to come back into making content over Elo. And I just came into that realization. That's all it was. Anyways, thank you for watching me ramble on. And hope to see you in the next videos very soon. I have a streaming schedule set out now. And now I just need to figure out the YouTube schedule. And you'll be seeing a lot more of me for a good while. So thank you for watching. Do the YouTube usuals: like, comment, subscribe, share the video, watch more videos, all of that stuff. And have a nice rest of your day. Peace late.